Hi everyone, Jolly GM here, and I figured I would show off my Car Wars Vassal mod. This was a Vassal mod I made back in 2008. I'll follow the explicit written instructions by the Steve Jackson Games open air policy or online game policy. So it's all legit, which is good. Yeah, so I figured I'd just show this off. Some things you're not going to be able to see because of Google Hangouts is multiple windows. But I figured what I would do, I would start off with showing what this looks like. And up in this map right here, actually, this is one of the maps. This is called the old Vortex Arena, and the idea of this arena is that there's the players. Those players, they will line up here. And their job is to race around the circles, each line, and then it gets tighter and tighter each time. And then they race back out. And the first person to exit the arena through this little small hole up here is where that's how you win. So yeah, as you can see, I can zoom in here. And I made a whole bunch of custom tokens there a while back, which is kind of cool. So I can zoom stuff around like this. And one of the things I do like about this is that every token has their official rec marker, which I think is pretty cool. So pretty much the idea that how it will work is it's pretty much drag and drop. Everything is there. Everything is based on clicks, and you have all the different icons up here. You have trucks and vans and cars and trikes, reverse trikes, some custom cars. They're the ones that I made. And it's all drag and drop, and you can do pretty much whatever you want. You have your turn and phase counters here. Let's see if I can get this to come up so I can show you. Yeah, there you go. So obviously you can keep track of your turns, what turn and phase it is. You got your game charts. Now, one of the things here that was a part of the policy for Steve Jackson was you're not allowed to reproduce any of the game charts. You can only have them obviously for your own personal use. So I made my own game charts and I have it put up. I don't share that with people. So I can still play the game and I'm using my own, but I don't ever release it. But there is a couple of things that you can keep, such as the turn player chart here and the jump table. And the jump table was the table that I like using is the alternate jumping rules from Pyramid Games that came out, which is for free release, which is kind of cool. So that's the jumping tables there. I do have my GM charts that are here. As you can see, they're all my own, and they're all scans, but I don't share those. So if you play this game, if you play it with me, I just read everything out to whoever needs it. But if you want to play it yourself, then you have to make your own. I don't share this. If so, I'll get into trouble with Steve Jackson Games, and I don't want to do that. So it's one of these things that I made in a pretty much a rush. It took me about 5 or 6 months to get through it. We played a lot of games. For a while, I played more Car Wars using this in 1 year than I did since I first started. It was crazy, like games probably twice a week. Totally insane. But anyway, so I just go over some of the features. One of the good features here is a split screen option, which puts up in the left-hand corner here a large map and shows what's in the viewfinder here. So you can get an idea of what's going on around the map, but while you're looking at your own stuff. You can take screenshots. One of the things I like is the arcs, the car arcs. And I'll just zoom in. The car arcs, if you can come up with your control arcs here, and there's your firing arcs, the points of contact for your guns, you know, the center of each part. And you also get your movements, so you can do your check your half move or whatever. So the way I do it when I play it is I don't even need a turnkey in this particular version, although I do have one available to use. But what I do is if you clone a icon or a token, car token, as you can see, then I can drag it, and there's another one there. See that? So if I'm doing half moves or full moves, I can just move it up like that, and I can do a D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, a D6 maneuver. Done, just like that. And I don't even need to clone it. The way I got it set up is each click is a quarter of a D. So 4 clicks in any direction is 1 D maneuver. I also have this ability to track and move the movement icons. This is what you see here. It's simply removed just by hitting the plus button up here. And there's another option where you can turn it off altogether where you don't even see it. But sometimes those lines get really annoying, but it does help you when you're GMing. A game. Up here, we have our, let's see, our game info tab. This is where we type up our car using text. We type in our information here. And the way we do it is we can show our details of our car after, but we keep it tracked here. And it's just, you know, type it in. Oh, sorry, I should move it over. Here you go. So here's usually where we put our scenarios to. This is what everyone can see. This tab is only for you to see. This is where we usually keep our characters or car sheets. And delayed, this is where we put a copy of our car sheet so no one can see it, and you can reveal it when you're done. So yeah, that's kind of cool there. What else? So yeah, so you got all your different hazards. You got your, you know, obstacles, debris. You have your barriers you can put up. What else? You got your dropped items, spike counters. It shows everything. So you don't need grids. You know, Car Wars is notorious or famous because it used grids. This is completely gridless, so it doesn't matter. And every counter has options and different things. You can, let's see here. So for example, our oil slicks. Here's our oil slick icon. And what I like about this is that I got it layered, so I can turn it into a flaming oil jet just by a click of a button. And I can change it back and forth. And let's see, we have for smoke, same thing, flaming smoke icon, as you can see. And all the different items are there. Everything you can think of is there. You got water or ice, all cool stuff. You got your one of my favorite devices right there, drop plates. And of course, a death's head. What else do you have? So you got all the counters for pedestrians up here. We have play aids. This is where you got your different things. You got your speed markers. Pretty much what we do here in your handling chart. The way I've done it in the past is I control the counter or clone the counter, and that becomes the player. I'll put them in there. And you got your speed marker or your current handling class, and you can just move the stuff up and down the chart as you need it. Here's the turnkey that I have, so people who want to use this can, right? The one thing for some reason which has started to happen since I updated Vassal is I used to be able to flip this and give a mirror image of the turnkey. So if I hit control flip it, it used to flip around, but it doesn't do it anymore. So it's kind of broken, and I'm going to have to fix that. So now for now we got two separate turnkeys. Again, you don't really need it, but some people prefer to use it. They find it easier. But anyway, that's that. I've been playing this game so long now, I don't even need turnkeys anymore. Let's see. So one of the things I do like about this is I made the ability to create your own maps. Now, close the game. No. One of the things that we can do is create our own maps. First of all, the extensions come with a whole pile of, you can't quite see it there for some reason. Let's let me go. Again, because of the way it's done. You have a whole pile of maps that comes with the mods. Some are really cool. Some are city-like. We'll go with this one just for giggles. So I'll hit finish. So if I zoom out on this one, for those who like the big city maps, kind of made a big city map here. One second, I'll be right back. So this is a SWAT arena, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'll just throw a counter out there now so you can see what it looks like. Let's take this one. So that's the scale of this particular map. And yeah, but what I like, as I was going to say, what I like about this is that if you wanted to, you can easily load up a blank arena, just a square blank, which I have available. And you can drag and drop your own items. Let's see if I can make it big enough so everyone can see. Now, it's only square blocks. It's not too fancy, but it's just something that if you wanted to change it up, get your different types of blocks, right? You got launch ramps, and you got some bunkers. So if you want to throw a bunker into an arena, you can just take it and drag it out, put it there. Launch ramps. So if you want to put a launch ramp in the road, lots of different little things you can do. And again, you get your different size blocks that are all there. And you can take it and you can change the angles on it. Change it around, do whatever you want. And there you can build your own arena. So I am going to turn off my movement marker. Control T. So just for example, just using keypad, and I can know if I got to move 6 inches, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I wanted to do a drift to the left, I can just I'll drift left, drift right. If I wanted to do a if I wanted to do a D2 bend, I can go forward and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, lots of different things I can do. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Control C, move forward, do bends on the corners, keep on moving. All done with simple clicks. So it's very easy to play, and the one good thing about it, you don't have to worry about any type of animal jumping on the table and knocking all your paper counters off, which has happened to me in the past. So if I zoom back in again, here you go. So one of the questions is people say, well, how do you do line of sight and measuring? Well, that's very simple. I have an option to bring up a line of sight. I have an option here. Just click on the button and I can drag over and let go. And there you go. It's 4 inches. I'll do it again. I can move it all around. All types of good stuff. So I worked on this for quite a while. It can do pretty much everything. I have additional extensions made for big rigs. If you want to use transport trucks, if you wanted to do road duels, all that stuff, I have it all there. I made it all. It's very extensive. And the one good thing about this is, yeah, I kind of modeled it off of Car Wars, but it's good for any type of car combat game. There's nothing specific about it, really. The one thing that I like about this is I kind of made it so if you like classic basic Car Wars, that's there. If you like the new 5 or the 5th edition version, which I do not, but if you want to use that, you could. Or if you have another type of generic car type of combat game, you can use this as well. There's been a couple of other mods out there as well. One's called Car Wars Compendium, and the other one's called Car Wars Deluxe. They're similar to mine. Mine was around first, but they pretty much, some people found certain things kind of confusing or whatever, and rightly so, but I wanted to have everything and have whatever it can do, whatever I could do on the table, I wanted to be able to do it on this game, so that's what I did. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to get back into it now. Not because, coincidentally enough, that Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road is out, but because it's a game, I'm finally in a group of people who like playing board games online, and I think there's a strong following. And I made a deal with myself. I hated to do it, but I got really mad at Steve Jackson's games, the way everything was being run over there. Had a couple of run-ins with some of the designers, personal opinions with where they wanted to go and everything. So I kind of said I'm just going to back off for a bit, and I said I wasn't going to touch Car Wars again until Uncle Albert's Catalog from Hell came available on PDF. And they finally released that with their Kickstarter there the other day. And now that I know that that's out and other people can play, and I don't have to worry about, it was just too much. A lot of people couldn't play it because they didn't have the book, and there's just a lot of confusion. So I said I was going to hold off and wait. That was like 4 years ago. Anyway, this is Car Wars, the Vassal mod. I'm looking forward to playing some games. And yeah. Oh, if you want to roll dice, you can roll your dice up here, as you can see. So it's all good. Anyway, guys, you have a good day. And I hope to see you in the arena at some point. As you see, I have it all here for me. Again, these particular options from GM charts are not available. You have to make your own. I won't share them. So certainly not just for download anyway. All right, guys, have a good one, and I appreciate you watching. Have a good day.